Hello guys, and welcome back to TierSpec TV and to the 2021 LRO show. We're over at the Boulder stand to take a look at their take on the new Defender.
Okay, so what we've got is a Defender 90. It's a P300, so petrol, 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol, 300 horsepower. So we've got a standard car from a drivetrain perspective. What we've done at Boulder with it is we've adapted the suspension. We've strengthened the subframe and the sub-assemblies to take the suspension that we've designed for it. So we've got Fox bespoke damper setting. We've got high performance, high strength rally wheels, so we've designed new 18-inch alloy wheels with about a 30% increase in strength over a standard alloy wheel to take the abuse that we're going to give it to over the jumps and the rally conditions. What we've got running backwards is we've got full aluminium, 6mm aluminium underbody protection, and that runs from the nose at the very front of the car right to the rear axle at the back. It also goes from full left to right of the car. And what we've done is we've trimmed about 4 inches off the bottom of the door to allow us to wrap up the side protection. But what it does is it maintains the seal of the door itself. So we still maintain the integrity of the door and the seals. From a front end perspective, what we've done is the car comes with 2 standard lower radiators in front of each wheel, between the bumper and the front wheel. Now obviously for rallying that's not a particularly good piece to be in, having a radiator there, so we've removed both those additional radiators. To take into account the additional cooling requirement we need from losing those, we've redesigned the front end of the car to allow increased airflow through. So now with the new design of the front and some of the removal of the packaging that goes behind it, we've got massive amounts of airflow through, so we actually end up having more airflow through the front of the car than we would have done on a standard car when the car is purchased. We've also added in additional rally lighting at a low level in the front and redesigned that front end to give us that nighttime increased lighting that you need at nighttime rally stages. What you can see at the front end is the protection comes right up from the front. So you can see right here where the 6mm aluminium protection comes from underneath the car up to the front and meets the bodywork. Obviously it's just basic standard rally spec as well, so we've got bumper tie downs, we've got a fire extinguisher system built into the car, which is either both automatic and manually triggered from inside the car. But what we've done at the front here, you can see the cross brace. So we've cross braced the suspension turrets at the front, and that gives us increased strength. But this cross brace is also tied into the internal roll cage, so that gives us real good strong rigidity at the front end, and it ties the entire roll cage and the monocoque together as well to give us that stability and rigidity that we need when we're rallying. But from a basic point of view, it's a standard JLR car off the line that we convert after registration, so we don't touch the drivetrain, the engine, the gearbox. What we do is we strengthen the car, so strengthen front suspension, unique damper setups. We've done a bespoke setup working with Fox with some increased travel and increased height, so the car sits about 25mm higher than it would normally do for the equivalent road car, so we've got a bit of extra height. Overall, with everything we've done, we strip out so much of the car to allow us to put the stuff in that we're about 10 kilos lighter than a standard car. So even with the roll cage and all the extra equipment, the under armour, we're still there or thereabouts with the original weight of the car. What we do when we get the car is we strip down the entire interior. We replace all the glass with Perspex to meet the regulations. We fit standard Jaguar Land Rover accessories of raised air intakes, wheel arch extensions, because they do a really good job anyway. We've got increased mud flaps to meet some of the regulations and to protect the car from the stuff that we throw up. Inside, we strip out virtually the entire interior of the vehicle. We insert a FIA quality roll cage, and then we refit the sport seats, the equipment we need for rallying. What we have in here is we reposition the centre console to bring it closer back to the driver for the sort of rallying position we need. We don't have to worry about the third seat provision that Land Rover has on the standard car. So we've got a bit more space to play with, so we've redesigned a more ergonomic position purely for rallying in these bespoke rally seats. On the other side you can see we've got a slightly smaller race wheel. What we've also developed with the race wheel is a paddle gear shift. So we've got a pull up to go up and a push back to go down the gears, and that doesn't exist anywhere else on any of the Defender products. So it's unique to us, and we've designed that as part of the program. Also, we've redesigned all the electrics in here in the interface with the car. We need to be able to drive the car differently to how Defender was originally designed. So we've got to be able to turn on and off some of the systems to allow us to slide the car, turning off the ABS, traction controls when we don't want it. So that's all been done as part of the electrical integration work, and you can see that along some of the dashboard pieces. Obviously from our perspective, the rear mud flaps all tied into the suspension. We've added a new rear spoiler in the back. For nighttime driving with the sort of mud splatter you get from rallying, we needed increased reversing lights. So we've added this new spoiler, slightly longer spoiler with integrated high intensity reversing lights. We've got some high level marker lights which are a regulatory requirement of being part of the rally scene. As this is still one of the prototype vehicles we're going through development, there's an electrical handle built into the central locking system. When we go into actual competitive rallying, we'll have a manual system so that the door can be used to enter and escape from the vehicle if necessary without a reliance on the electrical system. So what you can see from the inside is the rear version of the roll cage. We've even developed a way to hold the tyre inside the vehicle rather than on the outside the back of the vehicle where it gets dirty, and the weight is better inboard. What we've done is we've tied the suspension units into the roll cage to add to that rigidity at the back, and you can see the remote reservoirs for the suspension internally. All stripped out to remove weight, perspex on the windows, and that's basically what we need for the Challenge series, so that real strong monocoque from the vehicle with the roll cage to give us that rigidity that helps with the speed and the performance and the impacts we'll be doing during rallying.
Thanks to Baller for the excellent walk around of the new Defender. Definitely adding that to my Christmas wish list. Also on the stand we have the original Defender Baller variant, you could say, as well as a sort of standard road-going Defender with their Baller treatment. So the wheels, bumpers, probably some engine tuning and stuff as well. Both driving and owning one of these is definitely on my bucket list. But that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.